Hello, BUC Nation. My name is Christi Furrow, and it is a phenomenal day to be with you for a BUC Talk. I'm ecstatic to be here with you today, and I'm a little bit unique in and of the fact that I have a number of varied connections with Charleston Southern University. I earned my Educational Administration Certificate from CSU, and my son is a freshman and lives on the CSU campus. I'm currently a doctoral student in leadership working on my dissertation, and I'm an early childhood adjunct professor for the College of Education. As you can see, I'm very passionate about Charleston Southern and the mission to learn, lead, and serve. When I was asked to give a BUC Talk, I was so excited. I was thrilled. I've always wanted to do a TED Talk. I want to make a positive difference. I want to bless people. And I have the growth mindset that I want to leave people better than what I encountered them with, whether that's through a smile, an experience, or long-term support. So I got to thinking, I love leading. I'm an assistant principal. I lead with the school district at church. Well, what principle can I share? When I thought of what I could do, I thought immediately, what could touch every single person who listens to this BUC Talk? Well, guess what? I followed up and I said, I've got the perfect idea. Let's talk. So some of you may have seen this demonstration, but it never gets old to me. My pastor showed this to us, and last summer, my school became a Leader in Me school, and I saw it once again. It's so powerful. I go back and repeatedly reflect upon this demonstration because I need to fully know that I am in the midst of God's true purpose and plan for my life. So let's begin, okay? A professor comes into his class and he pulls out a jar, hence the vase. He fills it with rocks, okay? And he asks his students, he says, you know what? Is the vase full? And they say yes. He said, oh, really? He takes the pebbles and he fills the jar. Shakes it around. Shakes it. Oh, goodness, let's see. And the pebbles begin to fill in. And then he asked them, is it filled? And he said, yes. They say, yes, it's filled. Oh, really? Well, then he pours in and he takes the sand and he pours and he pours and he continues to say, oh my goodness, is it full? And they say, yes, it's full. And they chuckle. He then takes a coffee and he pours it in and they begin to laugh. And are you getting what the demonstration is here? The professor explained that all the contents in the jar represented all the responsibilities and tasks that were part of their lives. The rocks were equivalent to your most important responsibilities, such as spending time with important people, your job, your faith, healthy habits, and so on. These are, in essence, the things that money can't buy. What this means is that even if the pebbles and the sand were to be lost in the jar and it was still full, you would still have lots of meaning in your life. The pebbles represent the things in your life that matter, but you could live without them. House, cars, boats, some friendships. These things are not critical to have a meaningful life. These things often come and go, but they're not essential to overall well-being. The sand represents the remaining filler things. These are things like watching TV, social media, video games, online shopping. These things don't mean very much to your life. In fact, you could argue that the sand distracts you from what's important. Think about it this way. If you start with the sand, then you will not have time for the rocks and the pebbles. This holds true with the things that you let into your life. If you spend all of your time on the small, insignificant things, you will run out of time for the important things. In order to have more happy, efficient, fulfilling life, Pay attention to your rocks as they impact your long-term well-being. Job, health, family, God, that's your value. These possessions, no, you need to invest into relationships, your spouse, children, your family. Your big rocks are your priority. You really should only have no more than 5 of those, like mine, God, family, education, those things you're trying to accomplish. When we give up those things time for most important, you would be amazed, especially at what God can accomplish when He's in the center of your life. If you are able to identify the most important things ahead of time and set time to work and invest in them, then you can use this time and that time left spent for those pebbles and sand, those things that only kind of matter. You see, we have this one thing called life. It's solid, but it's fragile. It can break. It can fall apart. And we have to be careful to make good decisions. We're able to accomplish most anything if we use our time wisely and we work hard. What you will discover is that pursuing anything worthwhile takes sacrifice, hard work, effort, support, and most importantly, clear priorities. Stephen Covey talks about first things first. Setting the right priorities is what's important. How we choose to spend our time is an indicator of our priorities and will determine our tomorrow. When you choose to fill your life with the little things that don't matter, you don't have the time for the big things that do matter. Those meaningful things, God, your family, your health. Also, spending a little bit of time on a lot of things, it doesn't allow you to make the impact or to achieve the goals you want to. This principle can transform our life when we get our priorities and our heart in line with His purpose and His plan for our life. Proverbs 27:1 says, "Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring forth. Invest in each day as if there was no tomorrow, and you will have no regrets." Now, I know that many of you are asking about my coffee here and what I poured in. What they say is, you always have enough time for coffee with a friend. Don't forget that. And until next time, Buck Nation, go be great. May God bless you and keep you.